Yeah, let's start in a child pose. And just extend your arms forward, close your eyes. And maybe I'll pop you, I don't know if you want to use the playlist, but I'll pop you a little playlist here as well. Let's work with that one. I'll share it on the chat for you, and I'll be flowing that. But sometimes it's just nice to move with your breath and not use your music. So feel free to do what works for you. Let's take a deep inhale in through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Just letting go of the day, letting go of the night, whatever you need to do today, wherever you come from, however your weekend was, just let go. Let's take 2 more of these breaths. Inhaling in through the nose. And then big exhale out through the mouth, easing off. This is your time, your flow. Make it what you want to. 1 more breath in here. And exhale out through the mouth. Then slowly, slowly find your way into all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Exhale, curl and contract, round your spine. Push the floor away, chin into the chest. Then open the chest out, coming into the cow, softening through the elbows, lifting the heart up, gazing up. And then exhale, curling and contracting, round in the spine, pushing the floor away, pushing the heels of the hands away from the knees. And then opening the chest out, lifting the heart up, gazing up. Rotate the biceps forward, triceps back. Couple more of these on your own time. So round in the spine, push the floor away, drop the head down. And then open the chest out, lift the heart up. You can keep going like this, or if you want, you can take a little circle. So circling the hips, circling the head. And now I really invite you to feel the ground, the earth underneath you. So especially underneath your hands when we pop into those crows later. Just finding the floor, finding the ground. Breathing into it. Just 2 more breaths. You can move forward, you can move back. Good. And then from there, let's come into the center. Then inhaling, lifting the right arm up, a little bit of a twist through the spine. Thread the needle, right hand under, and twist over towards the left. 2 more of these. Inhale, lifting the right arm up, so keeping it nice and dynamic. Exhale, thread the needle. Right hand goes underneath the left. Right ear down to the floor. Once more, inhale, lift the right arm up. And then exhale, slightly your right hand under. We're going to pause here for a moment. You can take your left hand on the top of the right and push the left hand forward. So get a little bit more there on the shoulder. So we'll make sure that we kind of warm up the shoulder area there as well. Stretch it out and then take it through the center. Do exactly the same thing onto the left side. So inhaling, lifting the left arm up. Thread the needle, left hand goes underneath the right. Use the exhale to move with your breath. We find the ease in our flow. Inhaling, lifting the left arm up, reach up, and then exhale, thread the needle. Once more, inhaling, lifting the left arm up. And the last one here, we're going to hold it for a moment. So thread the needle, place your right hand on the top of the left, push your right hand forward, and that way find a little bit more stretch on the left shoulder. Then take your body through the center, hands underneath the shoulders. Walk your hands forward to come into a puppy pose. Drop your chest down, drop your chin down, maybe look forward if it feels comfortable, just to open the heart area out. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. 1 more breath in through the nose. And then exhale out. Then curl the tailbone under, ripple your spine forward to come into a little mini cobra. Placing the hands on both sides of the mat, come up to the fingertips, lifting the chest up. So coming into a little upward dog. Then drop your right shoulder and right ear down to the floor. So you're going to find a little bit of a twist through the shoulder. Inhaling, ripple the spine up. And then exhale, a left shoulder, left ear down to the floor. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Once more each side, finding that twist through the upper body. And last one, inhale, lift up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, come through the center. And exhale, release your body through the center, placing the hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes under, push your hips back, coming into a child pose, and then lift your hips up into the downward dog. Pedal the feet out right and left, finding a little bit of a movement through the back of the hamstrings now. Then I want you to bend both knees nice and deep, so we're coming into my favorite little beast flow. So bend your knees and then exhale, ripple forward, all the way forward into high plank. Push the floor away. So really lifting the back of the heart up. It's kind of the same kind of feeling that you're going to feel when you're coming into the crow. So push the floor away, you feel your thumb and your index finger on the floor and you look slightly forward. Then bend your knees, push your hips back, find that opening through the chest. And then exhale, ripple forward, all the way forward into high plank. Squeeze your glutes, pull the stomach in, look forward. And then do it once more. Bend your knees, push the hips back, coming into a high plank. Now bring your heels to the left, knees to the right. Find a twist, activate the obliques. Push your hips back, coming into a twisted beast. Inhale, come forward, coming into a high plank. Knees to the left, heels to the right. Twist and push back. Once more each side. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Then twist it to the other side. Inhale, high plank. So we're creating space in the body. We're creating space on the sides of the body. And now come through the center. I want you to drop your knees down, chaturanga press up. Elbows to the waistline, look slightly forward. Then push your hips back, child pose. Snake forward in towards the upward dog. And then exhale. We find a downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Push the floor away, relax your shoulders, look down towards the navel so your neck is released. One more inhale in here. Exhale, soften the knees, look down to the hands, step, jump or float the feet in between of your hands to come to the front of the mat. Inhale takes you into flat back. And then exhale, folding over. Inhale, look forward, lift both arms up and over the head. And with the exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Now interlace the fingers behind your back, open the chest up, lift the chest up, lift the heart up, bend your knees, exhale, folding over, leading with your heart. Drop your head down towards your knees to get an opening through the shoulders. Then release your hands down, inhale, look forward, coming into a flat back. Exhale, place your hands down to the floor, step your feet back, come to high plank. Chaturanga press up. You can keep your knees off the floor or you drop them down. Choice is yours. If you want more power, you do it with knees off the floor. Then drop the knees down, push your hips back, take a child pose. Snake forward, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. 2 more, inhaling through the nose. And then exhale out through the nose. Keep rotating the biceps forward, triceps back. 1 more, inhale in here. Exhale, soften the knees, look down to the hands, step, jump or float the feet in between of your hands, come to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lift your arms up and over the head, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, draw the hands into the heart center. Release your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers again. Maybe take the non-dominant grip this time. Bend your knees, lift your heart up, open the chest. Exhale, lead with your heart, folding over. Look down towards your navel. Release your hands down. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, step or jump the feet back. Chaturanga press up. Elbows to the waistline. Then lift it back up. High plank. So find that power. Drop the knees. Push your hips back. Child pose. Snaking forward in towards the upward dog. Exhale. Taking a downward dog. 1 breath only. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Soften the knees. Look down to the hands. Step, jump or float the feet in between of your hands to come to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift your arms up and over the head. Come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Lift both arms up and now rock your tailbone under. Hands to the heart center. Left elbow over the right knee. Twist and rotate to the right. Press your right hand into the left. Option to open the arms out like wings, reaching up. Find that twist through the spine. Keep reaching your crown of the head forward, creating space. Then release, fold forward, release your hands down. So we're gonna come into forward fold. Inhale, look forward, come back into your Utkatasana. into your chair pose, lifting the arms up, rock your tailbone under, exhale, hands to the heart center, right elbow over the left knee, twist and rotate your body to the other side, press your left hand into the right, spiraling the spine, trying to bring your right ribs in line with the left, so maybe look up, maybe open the arms out like wings if that feels good, to go deeper. Change, look down to the floor, fold forward, inhale, flat back. Exhale, step jump or float the feet back. Chaturanga, press up. You can do 2, you can do 3, or you can just do 1. Choice is yours. Once you've done your press ups, drop your knees down, push your hips back. Take a child pose, and together we float forward into your upward dog. Exhale, take a downward dog. 3 breaths. So this way, by adding a little tricep press ups into your vinyasa, we can add a little bit more power. It's your practice, your flow. If you need more power, add some power. Your life, your body, your flow. It's all about you. It's going in, tuning to you, what feels good. Then let's soften the knees, look down to the hands. Step jump or float the feet in between of your hands to come to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, look forward, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands into the heart center, back into your chair pose, into your Utkatasana. Lifting the arms up, rock the tailbone under, lift your heels off the floor. Start floating your hips down towards your heels, squeezing the thighs towards one another. Then I want you to drop your hips down and then rock and roll your body 3 times. Back and forward, massaging the spine. So we're going to start activating the core. So when we work with the crow, we want to make sure that our core is strong, shoulders are open. So let's find a little V-sit here. Palms facing up. If you want to take it harder and level up a bit, you can extend your legs out. We're going to lower the body down into a low boat 4 times. So into that kind of banana shape so that the lower spine is on the floor and the shoulders are off the floor. Then you lift it up back into the high boat. If this feels too much, option 1 is just to keep the hands behind your back and you're going to extend your legs forward and then keep the knees bent. Just do 2 more. That's it, nice. Good, lowering the body down and then lifting it back up. It's really finding that core activation there. And then just doing 1 more and then lift it up. And we're just gonna hold it. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling and just hold it for 8. Hold for 7 and 6, nice one. 5 and 4, 3, 2, then cross your legs, step, jump, or float the feet back. Chaturanga press ups, 1, 2, or 3, choice is yours. Once you've done your press ups, you drop the knees down and you push your hips back. And we take it into the child pose, then snake forward in towards the upward dog. And then exhale, taking a downward dog. Inhale, soften the knees, look down to the hand, step, jump, or float the feet in between of your hands to come to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift your arms up and over the head. Reach up, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Bend your knees back into your Utkatasana. Left elbow over the right knee, twist and rotate to the right. Here's your option to take the crow if you want to. I'm going to do Miro to you. If you want to take a side crow from here, you drop your hips down so your hips are touching the heels. And key thing is to keep that strong twist on the spine. If the twist is not big enough, it's not worth going further. So now from here, you're going to place both hands down to the floor. You lift your hips up simultaneously. Your hip comes onto your right elbow. You're going to keep looking forward. Option is also just to trip and drop to make a little shelf with your elbows. You can also drop your head down to the floor like I've done here. So that way you can find your balance. And then later on, start lifting the head off the floor. So even if you drop the head down, so you find the balance. So the side of the head is your forehead or the right side of the ear kind of touching the floor. And then I have that balance there. And then later on, I keep working, lifting my head off the floor to find that balance. Make sure that you're spreading the fingers up really wide when you go into that as well. You pull the stomach in and you think of moving forward rather than think of lifting up. We'll be visiting these poses again. So let's just come back up from there and come into a forward fold. So you just get to release it. We're not gonna spend 8 minutes just trying it. We're going back and forward so we keep going in and out again and again. Now bend your knees, come back into your Utkatasana. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So hands to the heart center, right elbow over the left knee, twist and rotate to the other side. And again, the key thing here is to first find the twist. Then you drop your hips down towards your heels. Keep that twist, spread the fingers out wide. Left elbow comes into your hip. And again, when you come to the side crow, think of moving slightly forward. Make sure that there's enough space. So maybe you need to bring your hands slightly further away from the body to be able to make that shelf. And again, you can play maybe till the head comes onto the floor so you can lift your feet up. And then you just come back up and you might want to go there again. Just doing it a couple of times so you don't fatigue your, and make sure that the twist is there. So keep that twist on the spine. Really pushing your right elbow into your knee. That's it. Nice. Good, let's come back to the center. So we just come into a forward fold and we let go. We let go what happened, we let go what didn't happen. You have another chance to get back into it. Inhale, look forward, come to flat back. Let's come all the way up to standing, reach your arms up. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. Let's interlace the fingers behind your back. Open the chest out. You can even keep your feet hip width distance apart if it feels good. And then exhale, fold over, just let go. Release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, look forward, come to flat back. Exhale, let's place the hands down to the floor. And let's come up onto your tiptoes. So step your feet slightly further back. Spread the fingers out wide and come up onto your tiptoes and start bringing the body weight forward. As almost like you're doing a handstand here, but spread the fingers out wide. Keep lifting your hips up, activate your abdominals, and lift one foot off the floor at a time. Keep looking down towards your feet and really trying to dome your upper back like you did when you're in the cat. So really lifting that heart up. To kind of start playing with that, how does it feel to bring the balance onto your hands? Then from here, bend your knees. First variation of a crow is to keep your feet together and knees on the outside of your forearms. So knees on the outside of the forearms. And that way you can squeeze your arms together so that the shoulders stay in line. From there, you just lift your hips up and you look forward. I'm squeezing my knees into my forearms. I shift my body weight forward again. I keep lifting my hips up, and one toe at a time, I'm lifting my toes off the floor. First, I'm just gonna play with one toe at a time. So this doesn't go that high because your knees are on the outside of your forearms. That's a step one. If you want to go further, you're going to bring your knees. I think both of you can go do that. So you're going to lift your hips up a little bit higher, kind of, and you bring your knees into your armpits. And again, when you go into that, you want to bend your knees. So if my knee is bent, this is flat and soft. If it's straighter, it's sharp and it hurts my arm. You want to keep the knee bent as much as you can so the heel is close to your bum. Because if my knee is slightly not so bent, it's sharp and it will hurt my arm more. So I really want to bring my heels to my armpits so I can get that flatter part of my knee against my forearm when I'm going into it. And keep looking forward, so look forward more. Yeah, that's it. So that way, and then keep lifting the hips up and one foot at a time. So not jumping into it, one toe at a time, lifting it up. That's it, and keep pushing the floor away. Option, if you're practicing this and you want to have a little bit more at home, so you have to have a block and you just place your feet on the block to get a little bit of elevation to go into your crow, and it's easier from there to find that balance because you have the elevation already there. So feet on the block or something to elevate your feet up will give you that lift what you need, and it's easier to get into that crow. Yes, but again, we can revisit that Let's take it back into your vinyasa from there. So step your feet back, chaturanga press up. If you want to take it a little bit easier now, you can just do it with knees on the floor. Then you push your hips back, give yourself a little bit of a stretch onto the shoulders, and then snake forward into the upward dog. And then exhale, take a downward dog. Inhale in through the nose. Let's exhale out through the mouth just to reset and let go. Inhale in through the nose and exhale, flutter the lips out. One more inhale in through the nose, exhale, stick the tongue out into the lion breath. Soften the knees, look down to the hands, step jump or float the feet in between of your hands to come to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift your arms up and over the head. Reach up, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Release your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, bend your knees, lift the heart up. Exhale, lead with the heart folding forward. Inhale, look forward, coming into a flat back. Lift your heels off the floor, back into your crow. Maybe step the feet back to create space, so really high up on your toes. Bend your knees, knees into your armpits, or bring the knees outside of your forearms so you can squeeze your forearms together. Shift your body weight forward and look forward, finding that balance, trying to bring your heels to the hips. Couple of breaths there, and from there you can either step or you can even jump and shoot the feet back to come into your high plank. Chaturanga press up, elbows to the waistline, lift it up, high plank, drop the knees, push the hips back, child pose. Snaking forward in towards the upward dog. And then exhale, taking a downward dog. Now walk your hands a little bit closer towards your feet. Bend both elbows. And do a little press up to push your body weight back onto your feet to come into a forward fold. Slide your hands underneath your feet into Parahastasana. So you're going to get a little stretch on your wrists. You can pedal your feet on the hands, making sure that the toes are touching the wrists. So you can get a good little massage on the wrist because we've done quite a few crows now. So we just want to get a little bit of a release on the wrist area so we can do a bit more. If you're super flexible, take an inhale in, and with the exhale, start extending the back of the legs out. Keep the shoulders away from the ears to get a really, really nice stretch through the back of the hamstrings. Taking one more breath in here. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. Then release. Bend your knees, let's roll the spine all the way up to standing. Push down through the soles of the feet. Come all the way up to standing so you're at the back end of the mat. Once you're up, roll the shoulders around. Interlace the fingers behind your back, lift your heart up, and we're going to fold the body forward from here. Come all the way down. Then release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, look forward and walk your body all the way forward into high plank. Beast flow, bend your knees, push your hips back. Ripple forward into high plank. Bring your heels down, hips up, take a downward dog. Nice, then bring your feet together at the back, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, bend your right knee to get an opening through the right hip. Option to stay here, option to drop the left forearm down to the floor. Slowly from here, bring your right knee to the left elbow. Fallen star with eagle legs. Bring your right thigh over the left, crossing the thighs. Bring your left heel down to the floor. Maybe hook your right toes underneath the left ankle and lift your hips up. Bring your left arm up and over the head. Keep pushing your right heel of the hand down and forward. That's it, to get that space better on the shoulder. Nice. Then look down to the floor, flip it over. Left hand onto the floor, right foot behind you, coming into a wild thing, lifting the heart up. Again, push the left heel of the hand down and forward to create that space through the left shoulder. Then look down to the floor, float your right foot next to your left hand for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhaling, lifting both arms up to the ceiling. High lunge. Just circle the wrist if that feels nice, just to get a little bit of a blood flow on the wrist area. Then take your hands to the heart center. Let's twist it more. Left elbow over the right knee. Option to drop the left knee down to the floor to come into the twist. Option to keep that left knee extended. Option to take it into the bind. Option to open the arms out like wings. If you take the bind, left hand, you can use your right hand to push your left hand underneath the right thigh and grab the left hand with your right arm at the back. If it's too deep, you just take a hold of your leggings. Opening out the shoulder. So again, we're working into that twist so we can come into that side crow action later. Taking 2 more breaths here. With the exhale, look down to the floor, circle the arms around to come into a warrior 2. Right arm forward, left arm back. Opening out the shoulders. Dropping the hips nice and low. Breathing into it, finding the ground underneath our feet now. We've been a lot on our hands, so now it's time to flip it around and find that same feeling through the feet. Taking 1 more breath in here. Keep pushing the right knee out nice and rock the tailbone under. Flip your right palm up and over. Reach forward and then reach back, coming into a reverse warrior. Maybe lift your right heel off the floor. Maybe bring your left hand behind the back to take that bind again. Keep lifting the heart up. Nice. Triangle, extending both legs out, shorten the stance. Reach forward as far as you can go to, then release your right hand onto the right shin, left arm up. Pull your right side up. Option to stay here, option to extend your right arm forward and bring your left hand to meet the right so it becomes a bit more active. Keep spiraling your right ribs under, so forward towards the front of the mat, not to the side, so extending above your head. Yeah, that's it, nice. Keep lifting your right side up, keep spiraling it. Nice, take 1 more breath in here. Exhale, reach further. Inhale, lift your body back up, straight up. Left hand, drop the left hand back behind you, reach your right arm up. Nice. Then bend your right knee, coming into a frozen cartwheel. Place your right hand underneath the right shoulder, float your left leg off the floor. Lift your left arm up. Lift your left foot off the floor, stack the hips on the top of one another. You can use the block underneath the right hand if it's there for you. If you want more, bend your left knee, take a hold of the left ankle, kick the left foot back. So you're gonna get an opening through the hip here as well. So really think of doing a wheel with your body. So really kick that leg back. And this feels nice on the hip flexor, especially if you're sitting down a lot. It's a really nice release here. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, release your left foot inside the right. So you're gonna cross your legs, coming into a forward fold. You can release your hands. Maybe take a hold at the elbows. How does it feel to have crossed legs in this position? Just to ease it off this way. Then release your hands, roll your spine up, come all the way up to standing. So your left foot is behind the right now. The legs are crossed. That's it. Then bend your right knee and step your left foot a little bit further back. So it's gonna look like this from the front. So you come to the knife edge of the left foot, right knee is bent, that's it. And from here, I want you to extend your arms up and take a hold of the left wrist and reach towards the right. I'm gonna do a mirror to you as well, that's it. So you get that beautiful stretch on the side. And we're gonna shift from there to a side crow, but I'll talk you through it. So from here, come back up, tuck the left toes under, drop your left elbow. So let's sit the hips down first. You're gonna sit down onto your heel so that the left knee is inside of the right. So your knees are still crossed. So you're sitting on your left heel. So drop the hips back. It's gonna look like this on this side. So literally you could sit there on the heel and your left toes are tucked under. Then you're gonna take your left elbow. You're gonna hook that over the right knee and you come into the twist. Place your hands into the heart center. That's it. So this time, this variation of a crow, your knees are crossed and you find that twist. This is I'm doing a mirror to you right now. You keep your legs like this. You spread the fingers out wide. You shift your body weight slightly forward to the side to come into your crow. Keeping the knees crossed, pushing that right elbow into your hip. And for some reason, I find this kind of way to go into the crow easier because my legs are crossed, so it's a more compact package. Nice. So we've got a little cross-leg side crow happening here. Just taking a couple of breaths here. It looks really good, ladies. And then take your body through the center. Nice. Then come to a forward fold, release the cross on the legs, bring your feet together, fold forward. Inhale, look forward, come to flat back. Exhale, just fold forward. Inhale, lift your arms up and over the head, reach up, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, take your hands to the heart center. Interlace the fingers behind your back, bend your knees, lift your heart up, opening out the shoulders. Let's take a couple of breaths here. So I'm really opening the shoulders for the reason that we do a lot of crows where everything is this way. So we adding that vinyasa, so we get that opening. So we work with the balance, balancing the body in each and every move, what we do. Exhale, folding forward. Release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, look forward, come to flat back. Exhale, step jump or float the feet back, chaturanga, press up. Take it back, up, knees down to the floor, hips to the heels. This is your chance and your moment to stretch your shoulders as well in that child pose. Then snake forward in towards the upward dog. Squeezing the elbows towards the waistline. Lift the chest up, push the chest through the arms. Exhale, take it into the downward dog. Bring your feet together at the back, lift your left leg up to the ceiling, bend your left knee, open the left hip out. Option to take it deeper, dropping the right elbow down to the floor. Again, really nice opening on the hip flexor. Should feel quite nice, especially when we're sitting down a lot. Then bring your left knee to the right elbow. Use your obliques, use the core. Move slowly, fluidly. Then cross your left thigh over the right. Eagle leg, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Maybe hook the left toes under if it's there for you and lift your right arm off the floor. And again, make sure you push hips down towards your heels so you create that space on the left shoulder. So you take the weight off the shoulder. You take the weight off the wrist by that way. Then look down to the floor, flip the dog over to coming into a wild thing, opening out the chest. Again, shifting the weight from left hand to the right. Find that balance. Keep pushing the right hand down and forward. Keep bringing the hips up and down towards your right heel more. Then look down to the right hand. Bring your left foot next to your right hand for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming into a high lunge. Square your hips, reach both arms up. Right knee can be soft and bent. Just rock the tailbone under to get that stretch on the right hip flexor. Again, you can circle the wrist around, circle the hands around a couple of times. Then take your hands to the heart center, right elbow over the left knee, twist and rotate to the right. Option to drop the right knee down to the floor if you just want to work on the twist. If you want to take the bind, you can push your right hand underneath the left thigh and take the bind. And again, we're working here through the twist, so that way the side crow will be easier when the twist is deep enough. There's lots of elements when we work through the crow that needs to be there to master the crow. So one is the twist. Keep spiraling the right ribs under, gaze up. Trying to create space underneath the right ribs, even if you're binding. Then release, warrior 2, opening out the hips, opening out the shoulders. Root down through the soles of the feet, rock the tailbone under. Really scoop that belly in, bring the rib cage in, that's it. So we're not relying on the flexibility here, we're finding that power. Look over the left third middle finger and drop your hips down a bit more. Yes, that's it. Flip your left palm up and over, reach forward and reach back. Reverse the warrior. Option to lift the left heel off the floor, option to take the bind. Lifting the left arm up. One more breath in here. Exhale, triangle. Bring your left heel down, extend both legs out. Shorten the stance if you need to. Start reaching forward as far as you can go to. Once you can't reach any further, then release the left hand down to the floor, shin wherever it reaches and right arm up. You can stay here. Keep spiraling the left ribs under, right ribs over, or if you want power, extend the left arm forward, bring your right hand to meet the left. That's it. Keep gazing up. Keep working through the strength of the core by spiraling the left ribs under, right ribs back. Then take your body back up. Release your right hand onto the right thigh. Coming into reverse warrior with straight legs. Exhale, bend your left knee, frozen cartwheel. Left hand underneath the left shoulder, stack the hips on the top of one another. You can use the block underneath the left hand if you need to. You can use your right hand to swipe the right hip open, flex your right foot, extend your right arm up. Option to slowly gaze up. So first look to the side of the room, then really follow and see everything on your way to look up to your right fingers. Option to bend the right knee if you want more of a stretch. I always quite like a little bit of a stretch on my hip here. So you take a hold of the right foot with your right hand and you really kick that foot back. So when you're active there, kicking the foot back, it's a nice dynamic stretch happening there at the same time. So keep kicking so you can find the balance. You can get the opening through the right shoulder. Just taking one more breath in here. With the exhale, release the hands, cross your legs, bring your right foot behind the left. Right foot behind the left, so your little toes are next to one another and you come to a forward fold. This gives you a really nice stretch here on the back of the hamstrings. It also will ease any lower back pain if you have any of that. Just taking a couple of breaths here in your forward fold. Soften into it. And slowly, slowly roll your spine all the way up to standing. And now, keep the body weight on the left foot, step your right foot a little bit further back, come to the knife edge of the right foot. Reach both arms up and take a hold of the right wrist and reach over to the left. And again, the Miro variation of that looks like this. So it's like you're doing a half moon. This is your basic half moon shape. We're doing that, but we're adding a little bit of variation and twist into it. Goes quite nicely onto the hips. From here, let's start lowering ourselves down into the side crow. So bring your right foot behind you so you can tuck the right toes under and drop your hips down. You're going to sit onto your right heel now. Then once you're there sitting on your right heel, you take your right elbow, I'm doing a Miroti again, press it inside at the right knee. And here, before I'm going to go anywhere, I need to make sure that my shoulders are in the same line. Twist it into there, that's it, into that. And then slowly from there, hands on the floor, shifting the body weight onto your hands. Come to the, you can even bring your head down. Bring your head down onto the floor. You're making that shelf with your hands. And you can start playing here, finding the balance. So you're not looking down, you're looking forward. And again, when you're there, activate your abdominals. That's why we did a little bit of a ab work there, because you need to have your ab engaged so you can make yourself fly. Think of flying forward. It's not lifting up. It's moving constantly in that space. It's kind of a thing when you do these balances on a yoga. It's not just a heavy lifting up or like with strength, with weight. It's more about that airplane. When the airplane takes off, the ground is heavy, but it has so much air underneath it. That's kind of a thing that you can imagine. You can imagine yourself being an airplane when you take off. So create that space by pushing the floor away, activating the core, spreading the fingers out wide, and bringing the side of the head onto the floor rather than looking down. So always keep moving forward. Once you're ready, come into a forward fold. Just release your legs. Then inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lift your arms up and over the head. Reach up, lift up, final vinyasa. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Open the chest down. Exhale, folding over. Release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, step jump or float the feet back. Chaturanga press up. 1, 2, or 3 on the knees or off the knees, depends how you feel. Then just take a child pose. Snake forward into the upward dog. Exhale, take a downward dog. Move your hands towards your feet. Shorten the stand into a short downward dog. Bend both elbows. Push back into a ragdoll and the back end of the mat. Slide your hands underneath your feet, Padahastasana, and add a little massage on those wrists. Taking one more breath in here. Exhale, open the mouth out to let go. Let go what happened, let go what didn't. Then release your hands. Drop your knees down to the floor. Drop your hips to the heels. Mini camel, hands on the hips. If you want to take it into the full camel, hands on the heels. Push your hips up. Open the chest up. Lift the heart up. Release the head. Then drop the chin into the chest. Untuck the toes. Find a comfortable seat. Find a little moment just to be. Close your eyes. Relax in the arms, maybe on your thighs, wherever it feels comfortable. 5 breaths. How do you feel right now? How does your body feel? Is it any different than it was 45 minutes ago when we started the flow? Feeling the space behind you, feeling the space in front of you, expanding to the right, expanding to the left. Grow taller through the crown of the head. Expanding up, growing up to the north and rooting down to the south, to the ground. Soften the face, unclench the jaw. Release the forehead. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Yes, I can. I got this. If you want to say it out loud, you can say it out loud. I got this. Whatever the day's going to bring for you today, you got this. Slowly from there, you can blink the eyes open, swing the feet forward, and just lower yourself down into your final Savasana. If there's anything else you want to do before you take your Savasana, as in taking a little spine twist, you can do that. If you want a shoulder stand, headstand, whatever is in your practice, be my guest. But when you feel ready, just take that Savasana. This is the best and the most important part of the whole practice, as this is where the practice sinks in deeper. There's space in between of your body and your arms, space in between of your legs. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let go. You can stay there as long as you want to, or if you've got places to be, spaces to go to, you can start moving the fingers, moving the feet, waking the body up. You can bring your arms up and over the head, have a long stretch like you stretch in the morning. And just hug your knees into your chest to give yourself a good hug. Let your knees fall to the right. And by using your left hand, slowly finding your way back up to a seated position. Take your hands to the heart center to seal the practice, feeling both sit bones on the floor, lengthening through the back of the body, opening through the front of the body, opening through the heart. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Thanks so much for your practice.